Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah.
All right, Rob. Give me like a little introduction, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Rob Dela Cruz. I own Vero Strength and Conditioning and also Serious Performance, which is a supplement company of like a holistic performance. But I've had Vero Strength and Conditioning for around 15 years on there, and I've been in here coaching for 15, but in actuality, I've been doing it for over 20.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that I did it with before I owned this place, it was actually like a coach that got
Sure.
paid or with me now still.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Longevity for sure.
A long period of time, yeah.
You and I have talked a lot about kind of how you transitioned away from certain models
Yep.
to kind of what you have now. Where are you at now in terms of how you help people?
Well, where I'm at now, like I stopped being married to like methodologies and like more based on principles. And now like the model that we are doing and I kind of believe in, it's a strength bias model that focuses a lot with conditioning, but simplicity and big focus on putting people in the right environment for them to get better. So the big functional movements are what we pay a lot of attention to.
Sure.
Squatting, hinging, pressing, holding, carrying,
Yeah.
type of deal. Yeah.
What kind of results have you seen? Like what is the difference you've seen in people since switched away from something that might be a higher intensity kind of feel to more of like a more structured, more thoughtful, like what strength and conditioning should be kind of thing?
Yeah, so with the like mixed modality, high intensity kind of models that you see, they're very random. Even like the best programmed out models are still kind of random, and that's the results you get is really random. So what you see is you see a lot of changes in people with structured strength programming, where that you know exactly what you're going to get. For instance, if you're focusing on squatting strength, you're going to see the squatting strength increase. If you're focused on the pulling strength, you're going to see the pulling strength increase from anywhere from the pull-ups to horizontal pull-in, and you can dictate a lot on exactly how people feel and they're going to look.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going for longevity here, like
100%.
how do we move well, not necessarily how are we doing in the gym today.
Correct. Yeah, I tend not to focus on the loads, even though people still like looking at them as far as like how strong they are, and it's more on like their movement of quality with certain loads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How did you get into this? Like, what was your kind of venture into the strength conditioning world?
Okay, so like a lot of people, you started at a young age. I think my first program I ever wrote for me and my friends were like when I was 13 years old. Was a very reluctant person to get into it as a profession, because at the time the only things I was very aware was either you go the collegiate route, you got to go to college and make it through that, or you go to a personal training route. And when I was younger, that was not a model that I was really interested in. And there, even though as much as I loved all forms of strength conditioning, personal training, and everything else, not until I would say we started seeing the fitness industry start moving a little bit, and there started being more functional gyms coming out, is when I started becoming more interested. And to be honest, I kind of got pushed into that by people.
How so?
Well, I was always been told I should open a gym, and then I went to do a facility, a functional facility, before even this one, and with someone I knew, but they just didn't think there was enough interest at the time. And then I decided to go ahead and do it, and I had a friend that talked me into renting a place and doing it as a profession.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. You've kind of taken this, I won't say it's roundabout, but you've kind of gotten to where you are now by a lot of just trial and error, learning,
Yes.
kind of just exploring what the field has to offer, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You're very well educated in terms of like strength and conditioning, nutrition, all around. You can do a lot of kind of injury movement type stuff.
Yeah.
What were some of the biggest people that you draw from?
So, like, the crowd we draw from now, like, our age is 35 to 40 and up. My oldest members are right around 80 years old. On there? Yeah. All of them have kind of similar needs to a certain extent. They all need to be able to sit down and stand up. They all need to be strong within certain realms. Now, we offer a group model, but we also do a lot of personal training. That's still based on the same principles that we use
Sure.
with that. Yeah, like there's been points in times where we were focused more on the athlete side, and I've been a strength coach for football leagues and stuff like that. But now it's mostly general population.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that tends to fit in with the area as well. And
Correct.
What's going on here?
Yeah, and to be honest, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
How? Why so? Athletes are a different ball game entirely.
They are, and it's fun to work with them, and it's fun to have them, to see them progress, and you're into all this strength and conditioning science and working with them. And if you work with a team, then you're like working with the team and the coaches. But in the end, I mean, general population, that's where we're at and where
Sure.
everyone's around.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do you see your gym going from here in the next few years?
I see us still doing the same thing, always getting better.
Cool.
I'm not a person that's going to stay in the same place. I'm always progressive because I'm always learning from people that have been around a long time or they know something different. And if it's something that I can utilize and incorporate and makes sense for me and my clients, then I'm going to do it. The industry is starting to move a little bit from what I see.
Which is much needed.
Yes.
We've talked about in the past.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
I wish it would be a little faster it would move, and I wish a lot of it wouldn't be like the glitz and glam wouldn't get the majority of people paying attention to, because usually those things don't work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shiny object syndrome. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Rob, if I had someone or if one of the people in the audience kind of want to come check you out, what is the best way to reach you? What's the best time to come in here?
Yeah, the best way to reach us is either to come by or you contact us. So it's contact at fearlessstrength.com.
Okay.
And then you would set up an assessment, and then it's a free assessment, and then we go from there.
Awesome, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll kind of link Vero Strength and Conditioning below. Come check them out. They're awesome. Taking a bunch of classes with them.
Yeah. Thanks, Alex.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.